Hello, fellow world citizens. I greet you all wherever you may be. This is your friend, brother Kofi, coming to you. Today is an exciting day because the topic for today is very simple. It's something that we are all used to. But I'm going to explain it in a way that will give us a little bit of a deeper understanding in a very simplistic way. Before I start, I'll say a Baha'i prayer. O Lord, enable all the peoples of the earth to gain admittance into the paradise of thy faith, so that no created being may remain beyond the bounds of thy good pleasure. From time immemorial, thou hast been potent to do what pleases thee, and transcendent above whatsoever thou desirest. The topic for today is actually a question. And it's simple. Who is an angel? I mean, an angel that is portrayed in, our physical world as in a human form with wings and normally dressed in a white robe. That's beautiful. So I decided to check what the dictionary tells us. And the dictionary says that it's a spiritual being believed to act as an attendant, agent, or a messenger of God. So let's take it as a messenger of God. So you see, this messenger of God can be put in two different perspectives. In actual fact, we believe that they are spiritual beings. And one thing that we shouldn't sort of lose sight of is that we as human beings are spiritual beings as well as physical beings. I think we all agree with that. I mean, if you don't agree, that's, understandable. But we all believe that we have a spirit as well as this physical body of matter. So, spiritual beings, they are sent from God. And they are associated, angels are associated with good things, good virtues, perfect things. So in actual fact, if you are not an angel, so who are you? So if you look at the opposite of an angel, we can say that that is the devil or evil being or whatever, how you put it. So you can say that you can be an angel or a devil. Okay, let's come back to our conversation. Who is an angel? In the Baha'i faith, Baha'u'llah has taught us how to explain spiritual things that are in their nature complex. Because even though we have spirit in us, we act in the physical world. We only go into the spiritual world when we passed on. And this matter body disintegrates and go back to where it comes from. You know, that's the elements, calcium and potassium and, you know, oxygen and what have you. You know, all the elements. So they go back to where they come from. And then the spirit in us continue its journey into the spiritual world. And because our spirit continues its journey after we've passed on, that is, after the spirit has detached itself from this body, that means that, you know, we are dead. So Baha'u'llah, in his wisdom, explain all these spiritual things using analogies or stories. So I'm going to use a story that someone told me, you know, whilst I was in Israel. I went to Israel, I lived in Israel as a volunteer at the Baha'i World Center. And someone told me this story. You know, I always get stories from other Baha'is, and most of the stories are attributed to Abdu'l Baha. I think I've spoken of Abdu'l Baha at length in my previous videos or contents, you know. And the story goes like this. So at the end of the story, you will then understand what I mean by an angel. And the reason why the analogies and stories are used is that, you know, the body cannot digest the food we eat properly until we put it in our mouth and masticate it, you know, with our teeth, so that you get a little bit from solid to liquid form, so that the digestive system can absorb and, you know, work, and we get the nutrients that sort of make the body strong. So that's the reason. And this story is that there was this man who was very, 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 very honest person, who devoted his time to God. You know, he sacrificed his life, he was trustworthy, all the virtues that we can think of. This man possessed them. So God promised that whatever happened, he will deliver him. So if there is, say, for instance, an earthquake, God will deliver him. I mean, God will save him, God will protect him in every eventuality. Anything that happens, God promised him. So God said, this is a contract, a covenant between me and you. You know, I say contract because covenant is a form of contract, but it's covenant is between us and God. I mean, in law, I think covenant is also used, but I'm not a lawyer, so I don't know to what extent. But we have a covenant with God. God sends his messenger, let's say Jesus Christ, Muhammad, and we have Baha'u'llah, Buddha, Moses. You know, these are all manifestations of God. And God gives them a message, and with that message, they have a covenant between man and the manifestations. So God had a covenant with this person. He said, because of your deeds, I'll always protect you in any eventuality. So you don't worry. Not long, there was this torrential rain. It rained. for say a week too, and the whole place started flooding. And this man was living in a house that you find in Europe. In fact, in Europe, you have these types of house where when you enter, you have the reception, could be a reception room or what you call a sitting room, on the ground floor. And then you have a very steep staircase leading to the bedrooms at top. But it's the same building, It's not very, common in Africa, for instance, where I come from, in Ghana. Because in Ghana, most of our houses are either story buildings, maybe apartments, or bungalows. Bungalows are, everybody wants to be a bungalow because we have lands, so it'll be very, very nice bungalows, And so he lives in this type of building. And so when the water started going into these buildings, it got to the knee level. The mayor of that city or town decided that, let me go and rescue the people. So, they send their rickety boats, these rickety boats from the Fire and Rescue Brigade, called here. In Ghana, they call them fire service. In other countries, there might be force or whatever. Anyway, they were sent there to rescue this man. So when they went in and said, oh, we've got a place that is secured, so we're coming to take you there so that you'll be saved. When the rain subsides, we will bring you back. And this man refused. He told them, go away. God will save me. I have a covenant with God. And he's going to save me. God never fails, he said. So they left. So the rain continued. And it got to a level that was consuming the whole of the lounge or the sitting room. So he decided to go up to the bedroom. So when he got to the bedroom, the fire brigade came again, and this time they used, their ladder up and opened the window and called this man. Hey, my friend, come around. It's getting dangerous. You might get drowned. And the man said, go away. God is going to save me. So they left. So this man, he was a bit, middle class person. So his, house was a bit, so he has this roof where he has this space that he normally threw parties and, entertain his guests and things like that. So he went to the roof and was standing there. And finally, the fire brigade came. And this time, they came with a helicopter, and they sort of like released this ladder, you see that ladder, and asked him to climb, so that they'll rescue him. And he refused again. So they left. So eventually, the worst thing happened, and this man passed away. He got drowned and died. When he died and went to the spiritual world, he went to meet God. And the man was so angry and asked God, God, why have you disgraced me? You told me you had a covenant with me, and you said that you're going to save me no matter what. What happened? God said to him, oh, my son, you have disappointed me. He said, why? He said, look, in the first instance, when the rain, was so harsh and broke into your house, and the water got to your knees, I sent my angels. He said, you sent your angels? This is just an example. He said, look, those men who came, I know them. They are the local men. You know, I know one of them. Kwame Samson. You know, let's say your name. I'm just throwing out the name. So if you are Kwame Samson, you are an Indian. He said, Kwame Samson? I know Kwame Samson. Kwame Samson is Opanyi Kwado's son. He said, yes, that was my angel. And he said, the second time, I sent another angel. Remember the window with the ladder? He said, yes. And so, that was Akuasewa. He said, yes, that was my angel, Akuasewa. Then he said, the most of the disappointment was when I dispatched my helicopter. And when the helicopter descended, it got down a little bit and released the ladder. And my angel asked you to climb so that you could be saved. You refused them. In actual fact, you were angry with them. And you sent them away. So, that was my neighbor who works with the fire brigade. He said, yes, that was my angel. So you see, according to Baha'u'llah, an angel can be anybody. Anybody can be an angel. I can be an angel. Maybe I've been an angel to someone. You can be an angel. Your daughter can be an angel. Your son can be an angel. Anybody can be an angel. So in a very simplest form, this is how an angel looks like. An angel comes in the form of a human being. This time not with wings. But an angel can be somebody. It could be your wife. It could be your daughter. It could be your neighbor. It could even be your enemy. Somebody that you hated. You've been hating all so long. So watch out for the angel amongst you. So that is what my understanding, reading from the Baha'i writings, tells me. So anyone who has heard this story before, I'll say, don't worry. We always have to learn, and we always have to repeat things so that we will master them and also tell the story. So this is what an angel is. And as we go along in our duties as human beings, we have to try to be angels. Otherwise, we'll become what? What I said from the beginning? We'll become possibly Satan. So a human being can be an angel or can be a Satan, depending on how the person uses the free will that God has given you to do. And I urge each one of you, everybody, to try and be an angel so that we will have a better world to live in. I'll end here, and I urge you, I plead with you to subscribe to my channel, share freely, and leave a comment. The other time someone left a very beautiful comment, and it's well appreciated. A person who is, because I know the person very well, and I appreciate that. So keep commenting on my contents. I thank you very much, and God bless you. Please go to Ghana and buy Batagari so that we'll get some money to help our economy. Thank you. Bye-bye.